33 strange facts that only exist in Poland. Poland is a sovereign state in Central Europe, bordering Germany, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Ukraine, Belarus, Lipa, Russia and Baltic Sea. Poland is full of strange things. The donuts here have no holes. There is a curved house. Looks like Photoshop. And where there is an army of 400 dwarfs, also known as the origin of the punka. Today, come with me to discover 33 interesting facts about Poland. Number 3. The most infamous haunted forests in Poland. Talk about. It's often thought of as a vertical tree, this majestic tree, but in the forest, Cherry Gila, it's called a curve. There's a completely opposite scene when it hits the eyes of the guests. When you have the opportunity to set foot here, it's curved in a very unique and exotic J-shape. However, these trees only occupy a small part of the forest, with about 400 trees. They're all bent at the same time, 90 degrees to the north, and it's in the middle of a vertical growth forest. To this day, no one has found the correct answer for the mutation of pine species. Why are they bent into a bizarre shape like that? But it's also very interesting. It's all guesswork and it's destroyed. And add to the mystery and the appeal of this pine forest be a number to Feneka originating from Poland. Many people believe that the Feneka originated in Poland, started Feneka being used as medicine, and Poland has produced this drinking water from the Middle Ages. And so far, Poles still produce the best wine in the world. It's about 260,000 L per year. If you go to Poland, you will definitely have to try vodka in this country. 3 Polish fads are not just vodka. Poland is very famous for vodka. But the truth, there are a lot of drinks in Poland that make you think. For example, beer. Poland is in the top 10. The areas with the most beer consumption. The beer world in Poland is incredibly good. What's remarkable is that unlike our neighbors, Germany and Circus, drinking alcohol in public is banned in Poland. In addition, you can also try combat. It's part of Poland's food culture. This is a drink. Non-alcoholic sweetness can be hot or cold. It depends on tradition and weather. No 30 every spring arrival. The Poles all killed the dolls. You must have been surprised, even scared, if you go to Poland in the spring and see the locals. Killing his dolls. Don't worry. And that's just one of the interesting things about the country. It's actually a long tradition of theirs. At the end of winter, these dolls are the size of real people. The Poles will call it masona and will be made to then get the death penalty when the spring begins. That's how Poles say goodbye to winter. Number 29. Magical bent houses in Poland. It's not just bent trees in Poland. There's a bent house located on Monte Carlo Road in the Polish city of Sport, with B8 floors. Total area is 4,000 square meters. Crazy domek. It's part of the famous mall. Residents are like other buildings. This building was also built out of cement, steel reinforcement, but with the creativity of pop-up architecture. When you set foot here, too, everyone seems to be hallucinating. The reason it's so, because this house is bent, and when you see it with your own eyes, then you're going to have to say, this is an unusual building. It was fed up with mediocre common designs, so it had an architecture, as well as other designs that are more foam to look fancy. #8 cities of Wrocław located in Poland, popular with tourists thanks to the large square, but beautiful old houses and majestic churches, but hiding beneath the ground. It's a completely different kind of appeal. On sidewalks and around corners, it requires visitors to observe. That you can admire. It's an army of 400 dwarfs, not more than 15 cubic meters. They hide under the couches, sleeping on the window pane and falling in the city park. The hunt for these charming creatures, it's also become a hobby control for the tourist. Come here. If you stay long enough, you can find it in a whole society, including dwarf traders, banker, the killer or the professor, the postman. There's a doctor holding a small stethoscope. Very interesting types. Someone is sleeping right next to the hotel. or 19 people playing a symphony for dwarves outside the city's concert hall. Number 27. Poles are very reverent about the number BA. It's a symbol of luck and magic. Or figure in Polish culture. You'll see the love of number 3 in the dead stories. Just like in traditional stories, where the BA number rule usually applies. As BA tasks, ball characters and BA objectives. Number 26. Interesting customs in Polish Christmas. Poles often eat carp on Christmas Eve. For luck, most will buy fish from the market. However, there are still traditionalists keeping carp in the bath when it's a few days before the holiday. Christmas Eve dinner is called Vigilia, the first star to appear in the sky. Winter in Poland is usually very early, so the Christmas meal can start at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. At Christmas Eve dinner, Polish families will leave a chair at the table. Traditional. This chair is for surprise guests. It doesn't have to be you or your friends. Your family can be anyone. I need help today. 12 traditional dishes of the day. You can mention the soup, beet or herring and many other dishes. Number 5. Poland is the only country in Europe never officially collaborated with the Nazis. Do you believe this? Or 3. LAN is the only country in Europe never officially collaborated with the Nazis at any level, and there are no units. Poland fought alongside the Nazi army. Poland never formally surrendered to Germany. Resistance movements in Poland. When Germany occupied Poland in World War II, it's the largest resistance movement in Europe. Private higher education is free in Poland. International students often pay very low fees. Higher education in Poland is free for Polish citizens to study in Poland. The oldest university in Poland, that's Sienian University. It was founded by King Kazimierz in 1364. No, to be a Polish TV uses dubbing. It's not a subtitle. You won't find subtitles on Polish TV. Go see an English movie on TV. English will still be in the movie, but in very low quantities. Especially when the entire film and series are in Poland, are all voiced by a single man. This applies to all characters, including women and children characters. Don't know, friend, have seen the TV show in Poland or not? Number 2. Poland is the world's largest exporter of amber. The quality of amber in Poland is very abundant, so the souvenirs for strength here are made. Gorgeous and glossy. 7. You will want to own them if you have a chance to travel here. 2 of the youngest married Poles in Europe. There's an interesting fact. It's Poles who get married between the ages of 2, 5, to 7. This is a young age than any other country in the European Union. So if you're married to any Poles in his 20s, he's in a stable relationship. Let's start preparing for a wedding in Poland. €20 not used in Poland, although the European Union Poland is not using the euro. The national currency in Poland is zloty. A small number of restaurants, or whether the hotel accepts euros or dollars, but ATMs and money changers are everywhere, so you can completely solve the problem of currency exchange. The 19th Polish constitution is the second largest in the world. Poland adopted its first written constitution in the spring 1700. Mature. This is the second legal document in the world. However, it is only valid for 14 months and via last week, when Poland was divided for 100 years. Number 18. Poland has the world's first upside-down house. Poland is home to the world's first upside-down house. This upside-down wooden house, it was originally built in a forest, and it looks like something in fairy tales. Visitors must into the house through the window. Attic and tour the fully furnished house, reminiscent of Polish houses in the 1970s. Hundreds of curious tourists have come here since it was inaugurated in 2007. Visitors can also find this house in the village, Mrs. Land's Little Green Park, where there are only 500 residents. Number 17. Donut in Poland without hole. Number. I don't know if anyone here likes donuts. The Poles saw flat donuts with holes. It's weird. That's why I came to Poland. Don't expect to find these cookies donuts here. In Poland are always round, with a layer of jam on top of it. Can make marmalade, jam or other fruits. During the day, you can eat as many cookies as you want, and people often ask each other, how many donuts have you eaten? Traditional. The more you eat, the more number 16, Poland. It is one of the oldest restaurants in Europe. Pitygasukica is a restaurant located in the basement of Old Town Hall, Wrocław. It is listed as one of the historical sites in Poland. Restaurant is open from 1207 BA. This is the oldest restaurant in Poland. It is also one of the restaurant buildings, the oldest in Europe. You can totally schedule. Come and enjoy the food here. Number 15, Poland is a cow's paradise. Can you believe it when you need it? A quarter of all species white in the world, living and nesting in Poland in the spring. Every year, in the spring 25% of all birds fly to Poland. And the Poles asked. In many places, this bird has also been encouraged to build by nest on the roof frame or on a pole near the farm. People in the country still believe that stork nest brings good luck and protection from fire or struck by lightning. There's a special place this bird likes. That's Tycho, a small village halfway across the Polish-Russian border. The kilometer is called the stork capital. It's home to 120 storks. It's almost 4 times the number of people who live here. Number 14, Poland is famous for sausage. Sausage in Poland is delicious, especially sausage when eating Old Lady. This is a famous sausage in Eastern Europe and countries like Poland, Ukraine. It's made mainly from pork, salt, sugar and some other vegetables. This sausage has a very specific aroma and I don't know if there are any friends. Have you had a chance to enjoy this food? The A number of rich cuisine of Mrs. Land. This country is not just food, famous sausage, but also many other cakes. In Poland, you have to try it. One that's almost always at the top of the charts. The most characteristic dishes. Form is not eye-catching, but their taste is impressive. It's made from minced meat, sausage stewed with cabbage, sour salt honey with cinnamon clove to create fragrance. All the ingredients that make a bagel. The Brazil. It's also a traditional Polish dish, not just in the big calendar days. It will still be in the day of people's lives. The main ingredient here is bacon, smoked bread crumbs, mushroom and cucumber. Then mix the mixture and wrapped in a thin slice of beef, steamed in a roll with raw meat, smoked bread crumbs, mushroom and cucumber. It can be steamed and grilled, depending on the taste. Number 12. She hasn't been on the map for 100 or to be a years. 3 times she was separated by Russia, back on the map after World War II. That is, this country. It takes 102 to be a years to reappear. The map. 11. Polish is extremely difficult to see. To learn a basic greeting when visiting this country, it's not that simple. Polish is not a language to be learned. Sometimes you'll find it extremely difficult. Polish is spoken by about 40 million people in the world. Use this language. It's also one of the most popular languages. It's one of the most difficult languages to learn. It's easier to ask a native speaker how to say sorry in Polish, rather than trying to figure out how to pronounce true to the Polish word. The simplest and fastest way is, you should ask the natives directly. It's going to take a long time for you to learn and learn on your own. Number 10. English is the common language in Poland. In Poland, English is a common language. It's taught in schools and it's mostly working in the travel industry will also be needed. You may not be able to communicate in English in small cities or the old quarters, but rest assured, then you'll be perfectly fine with being the big tourist areas. I speak English a lot. Many were asked in English. Pretend you don't understand or are afraid to reveal your voice. You might hear them. Sorry, my English is bad, quite a lot of times, even though they speak English better. You speak Polish. Number 9. Poland has beaches, mountains, deserts and lakes. Poland has a rich nature, nearly 800 kilometers of coastline and some spectacular mountain ranges, like Tatra. Poland has only one Butnia Beladosta, European sand stations swinging Pomeranian, mangrove marine land in the national park, or the islands in Kaliski National Park. They're all special attractions in Europe. Poland has the world's oldest salt mines. To visit Poland, don't forget to visit the Queen Eliska salt mine. 800 years old, it's known as Poland's underground salt mine. You'll see the rooms, as well as sculpture, saltwood, and the entire chapel is carved out of salt rock. World Heritage Site recognized by UNESCO. It also appeared continuously from the 13th century until 2007, and you'll surely be surprised by its politeness. Poland has the largest castle in the world. Poland has 16 impressive World Heritage Sites. This includes the castle there. The largest city in the world is Monbach. This castle, largest by land area, it was built in the 13th century and become a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Poland is also home to 15 World Heritage Site recognized by UNESCO. The 6 largest animals in Europe live in Poland. 150,000 hertz wide primary forest. We are the Forest of Marbles. Alogesia is an ancient forest in Europe. It's home to about 800 bison. It's also the largest animal on land in Europe. Number 5. Name of Poland. Derived from the name of the Pulania tribe. The name of this country. It is called from the name of the Pulania tribe. It's the people who live in the fields here. It's a good name for a country with wide fields. Big and beautiful. Number 4. In World War II. The Sapa was almost destroyed and completely rebuilt. The vibrant city of Passau. It's called Phoenix City because it survived a lot of wars. And now, the scenes in Passau are not the old city, really before the war. The city now no longer has its original appearance. It was bombed in the 40s. Then they rebuilt this city. Poland is the world's largest apple exporter. Poles love their apples. In fact, in 2020, Poland is the world's largest exporter of apples, contributes 2 to 5% of global apple exports. Krogik is known as the country of the largest apples. The Poles say there are vast apple fields. No, Marie Curie is actually Polish. It's definitely here. Everyone knows about this famous scientist. Right, this woman found out. Poloni and Ronnie. They are Polish, not French. Her name is Maria. Before she married a Frenchman. She is also the only woman to win a Nobel Prize. He was also the only one who won the prize. Into different sciences. Poland is the birthplace of many famous people. In Poland, there are many famous people. Outside Marie Cody, the legendary film director is Roman Polanski. And Pope Sol? Powder next door. Frankie Chopin is a famous composer in Poland. The International Piano Competition is one of them. The oldest music competitions in the world. It was founded by a Polish professor. Law series Jurowil of Poland. He is known as one of the writers. A famous Polish astronomer. Do you know any famous people from Poland? Or not? Please comment further about what I've shared.